Hey everybody, guess what? This is the stream where we are making fun of lips because when you accuse me of a felony, I'm going to make content out of you for a year because I am not petty enough to sue you because you have nothing of value to give me except for the sheer entertainment of exposing all your dirty laundry. Because pro tip, don't put your dirty laundry in filings and don't trauma dump in legal filings because someone on the internet who you will piss off eventually because you have no friends will find it and will expose your trauma dumping and your Facebook posts on the fucking internet. Because who the hell puts Facebook posts in a fucking federal legal filing? Oh, yes, our girl Lips. But first, this has set me off for a couple of days. And I was not going to respond to it or react to it. But the only reaction videos on YouTube that I can find reacting to it are men. And no offense to the men in the chat, and no offense to the men on YouTube. But sometimes situations just need a female perspective. And someone like Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire, who has 3.34 million subscribers, is quite possibly a millionaire, kind of needs to have his balls twisted by a woman. So, Matt Walsh, you may never see this. I only have 4.2 thousand subscribers. You have 3 million more than me. However, I'm still going to put your balls on my fucking shelf because your wife is apparently not doing a good enough job and telling you to shut up when you should shut up. Do not compare veteran disability and VA disability with fucking Somali daycares. What on God's green earth are you fucking thinking? Like I said, I might identify as more of a Republican, but I'm still going to call these fuckers out no matter what side of the damn aisle they're on, and I don't care. And why is it always the men and women who have never served that seem to know the most about the VA? I got out my personal information, but if you've never gotten one of these, a motherfucking rating decision from the VA, gone through all this bullshit, shut your goddamn mouth about VA disability. We're going to watch what he says and we're going to respond and we're going to react. I'm going to cut this down to another fucking video and I hope to God someone sends it to him because all I've seen is men very calmly reacting to his video. And it's an hour and a half long video and this is only a small part. However, with that being said, why is it always people who have no idea that fucking think they act like they know the most? Until you know what fucking disaster it is when you've been at 80%, and this is me, for those of you who don't know, I am 90% service-connected VA. This is what the government pays me, so I cannot sue the government for fucking up my back, for fucking up my head, for giving me traumatic brain injury, for fucking up my knees, for giving me myalgia in both legs, for giving me degenerative disc disorder at 25 years old. This is what the VA compensates me for life, so I can't sue the fuck out of them. Remember that. This is not fraud. When I'm sure there are people who exaggerate shit when they go to the doctor, but you know how many fucking appointments you have to go through to get this? 20 pages of bullshit, front and back. Yeah, fucking Matt Walsh yanked the wrong damn chain. I really hope he sees this. I doubt he will because he has 3.34 million subscribers and could care less what I think. However, all I've seen, and bless their hearts, I have seen Jameson Travels respond to this. I have seen, let's see, I'm going to go to my YouTube right now. I have seen Max VA Disability. He has responded to it. I've seen the CivDiv respond to it. Veteran Info Tap. It's just, I've seen multiple people. But I haven't seen any female veteran call Matt Walsh what he is. And I'm sorry, I used to respect the Daily Wire, but now I think they're a bunch of grifters. And when you compare VA disability, we're gonna listen to what he says, but I have not seen a woman twist his balls yet, and you're about to. So we are going to share this video because who am I to bitch about this on my own? I'm going to share with y'all how awful of a fucking person that oh, and I have this open on my freaking different window. Hold on, I have a different Chrome profile open, so I have to open it on my so we're going to share this because I'm a little fired up about this if you haven't tell, because the one thing you don't do is insult veterans that you don't know. It's one thing if a veteran treats people like crap. I know some of those too.
We can't pretend that Somalis are the only ones scamming us with fake claims of autism and other disabilities. Yes, it is righteous to arrest and deport every single one of these people, which we.
And we're gonna put this on because I'm pretty sure. And if y'all are gonna send those super chats or super tips, I have the Ko-fi website. Today's the stream to do it because I'm oh so positive that this stream will be struck by the Daily Wire because they get really pissed about shit, and they get really pissed when people don't like them. They get really butthurt easily. Ben Shapiro is one of them. They get butthurt because, men with egos, they get butthurt. So, yeah, I would love to have a conversation with him because I'd be hanging his balls on my wall. So.
We should. Yes, Somalis are committing horrific crimes. Yes, their average IQ is extremely low. Much wider problem. Americans are also committing an awful lot of fraud. In some cases, they're helping Somalis while lining their own pockets. In many other cases, they're simply helping themselves. So take, for example, the curious case of Graham Plattner, who's running for the Democrat Party's nomination for U.S. Senate in Maine. And Plattner is best known as the guy with the Nazi tattoo who supposedly didn't realize it was a Nazi tattoo. But what's interesting about Plattner is not the tattoo. What's interesting about him is that as of now, he has a disability rating of 100% from the Department of Veterans Affairs.
And I take this with a grain of salt. I don't have to like who he's talking about and the politician he's talking about to still acknowledge the fact that Matt Walsh has absolutely no idea what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to anything related to the VA. Well,
now, publicly, Plattner has said that these benefits amount to roughly $5,000 a month or about $60,000 a year. Now, wait a minute, you might say.
And once again, that is based on everything in here. Multiple trips to doctors, multiple trips to psychiatrists, psychologists. I had how many hearing tests did I have to go through to prove that I had a ruptured eardrum. I ruptured my eardrum when I had my traumatic brain injury because the pressure from fracturing my skull blew out my eardrum. So rupturing my eardrum was one of the things that I get a rating for. You know how many doctors that I had to go through? VA approved doctors that are not in the VA but are VA approved. Who had to, yes, prove that that really did happen to me. And then it takes months and months to get a rating. Like I said, I got a 0 rating for migraines. I had brain surgery. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you 30% for your migraines now. And I went from 80 to 90. That's called VA math. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, we are currently ripping apart his proverbial balls because I'm not sure he has any, and I think he should shave because he doesn't deserve a lumberjack beard when he has no balls.
100% disability. How can someone who is 100% disabled to the point that they receive a substantial amount of cash every year from the taxpayer possibly serve as a U.S. senator?
Because it is different from SSI disability. There are different kinds of 100%. There is what I believe it's called secular 100%, where it is not you are entitled to work. It has nothing to do with your ability to work. But it is your money and your compensation for everything that the VA, the Army and or the Marines or the Navy, whatever, did to you and caused injuries to you, that you can no longer sue, or you don't have any legal standing to sue the federal government, but you are fucked up for life. They are never going to get better. You are permanently disabled. These are not conditions that are like, oh, I injured my back at work and I can no longer work and I'm on Social Security disability. That's not how it works. It's 38. Let's see. In here has the code in it that I actually have to look up. It's 38 US code something. I just read it. I swear I did. And this is my original rating decision. This is not my upgraded rating decision, but this is the only one that I have in paper form. But like the freaking hoops you have to jump through to be able to get this is insane. And for him to just hop on and tell 3 million people, about half of which probably also don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Now 3 million people have this misinformation and think they know what the hell they're talking about because, oh, Matt Walsh said it. This right here is how misinformation gets spread. When someone presents something as fact, when they provably have no idea what the hell they're talking about. It's worse than insane. Yeah, it's just, oh my God.
Like, what does the term 100% mean? Because when I hear
100% is VA math, because my disability ratings technically add up to like 160%. So it's VA math. It's they give you a rating for one thing, and then it's like you're 100%, and then you get 10% for migraines, and then it's 10% of that 100%. Now you get 90%. And then they give you another rating separately for traumatic brain injury. I get 40% for traumatic brain injury. So it's 40% of the 90% pie that's left. It's VA math. It's weird. It's confusing. But if I can't figure it out, and I've been in this VA system now for 20 years, well, I got out in 2009. So you could 15 years, you can do the math. I went in 2004. So I've been out for a while. If I can't figure it out, and I've been trying, and I'm part of the damn system, someone who's never served needs to either read the damn code straight from the code, have a disabled veteran who is 100% or close to it on his show to explain it, or shut the fuck up.
that, I think, oh, totally disabled. Like you are not able to do anything. And yet you can serve as a U.S. senator?
And that's how you know he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Hi, Matt Walsh is an idiot, in case you didn't know. Hey, Papa Squid's right here.
Which, on second thought, given the quality of our politicians, maybe is not so hard to believe. But for that matter, he also continues to work as an oyster farmer and harbor master.
Yes, because 100% disabled. And I'm stopping it frequently so so Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire can't copyright strike me, because I am ranting and I am making this my own content. So Matt Walsh, try it. Sit on it and spin, motherfucker. Yeah, I got out in 1991 and still can't figure out VA math. Yeah, your rating's only 10%. I get a big 180 a month. I get fuck it, I don't even know. I'm so confused on what I get right now. Like and Mr. Squid has never filed because he doesn't even want to deal with it. He could be probably 80 to 100% based on his pain level and diagnoses that he's had. However, he doesn't even want to go through it. If that tells you that he could be 100% and he doesn't even want to go through the paperwork to try, what the fuck does that tell you about the VA? It's not easy to get 100%. I've been trying to get 100% for like 3 years now. I've worked with companies that have said, "Hey, we'll try to get 100%," and then they look at it and they're like, uh, uh yeah, just because you're disabled doesn't mean you're useless." It's like, "Oh my god. It's possible for someone who's paraplegic to drive around in a wheelchair and publish books and make history." Anyone heard of Stephen Hawking? I mean, that's true. And there is VA disability ratings, and the salty tattooed mama is the only woman that I've heard go through this, and she's on Facebook, and she gives little slides. She goes through because her husband is a 100% disabled vet. There's 3 different ratings of 100% that classify you as yes, you can work, no, you can't work, and you're in a situation where your injuries and illnesses are never going to get better. You can still work, but you're permanently disabled. It's not like you broke a leg and your leg's going to get better. Don't fuck with a vet with PTSD. Don't fuck with anybody with PTSD, but yes, PTSD, but vets are. You have to take that amount and compare the 100% against 90%, which is easier to swallow. Yeah, but there's a significant money difference between 90% and 100%. It is about $1,500 roughly. Roughly. Yeah. I'm in between with my broken back. I saw this and I was like, please, like, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just not going to say anything. And then I saw people reacting to it. And y'all know how I am. It's like the more I stew on something and the more it drives me nuts. And the more people that see it. And this video has 291,000 likes. I would love to have a face-to-face conversation with Matt Walsh. I would try my best to be fucking respectful. But when he compares, and I understand, playing devil's advocate like I do, as pissed off as I am about his stuff, he is talking about a Democrat politician. So of course he's going to be a little bit more spicy in his opinions. But I really take offense to the misinformation being put out there. And I especially take misinformation about veterans issues to be put out there because veterans issues are a huge thing. And misinformation is so easy. It's as simple as one person saying something and another person going, I trust her. She's probably right. And then the telephone effect. And all of a sudden it was like, well, this is a fact. It's like, no, it's not. But that smug look, it's like you have no idea. And now you're telling the world that U.S. veterans on disability are committing fraud. It's like, no, bitch, I signed a fucking blank check to the government for including the potential of losing my life. I had multiple injuries and multiple things happen to me, as well as other people. I am not alone. I'm just giving you my experience, including fracturing my skull, blowing out my eardrum, among other things. With that being said, I can't sue the government to get damages. So this is my damages. This is them compensating for what they fucked up when I was 19 years old. What did Matt Walsh do now? Did he get infected with the Candace Owens bud? Everybody wants to be a shock jock these days for click. He is comparing Somali daycare fraud to U.S. veteran disability. There's a big difference between the 3 types of VA 100% ratings, P&T, and I think that's the permanent and traumatic. Rating will make your family eligible for CHAMP VA health insurance and college tuition for your children. Yeah. Like, I understand that the Somali thing is a problem. And whatever you think about that, fraud is a problem. But to compare daycare fraud in the state of Minnesota with VA fraud, with VA disability fraud, I just from someone who's 90%, you know what? I would gladly go back in time, and if I could trade the money I get every month for not being in fucking pain, not having to have brain fucking surgery, and not waking up every day wondering if my day is going to suck, if I'm going to have the energy to get out of bed and take care of my daughter in the morning or not. And the amount of medication that I have been on in the last 20 years, if I could go back and trade all of that for being a normal fucking human being, I would. But guess what? I can't. So therefore, the VA compensates me for the bullshit that they make me do now. Can you tell, like, sorry lips, like, I'm not a fan of yours, and this stream is going to be about you. So I'm sorry that you get my extra petty today because this is your preview.
How does he do that if he's 100% disabled? He's 100% disabled. He's got a full-time job. He's 100% disabled. He's got a full-time job. And he's running for Senate. 100%.
Well, here's the thing. I brought this out, which is my 15 page, rating decision that they had to actually go through and explain. When you get a rating, they go through and explain. Number 6, service connection for, 7, service connection for skull fracture with cognitive impairment. It's written right in the paperwork. We have granted service connection for skull fracture and traumatic brain injury with cognitive impairment as 40% disabling. Your service treatment records show that you were treated and assessed for a vasovagal episode with a fall and head trauma after receiving a PPD and typhoid shot August 17th of 2005. You were also assessed with a closed head injury and non-displaced fracture through mastoid. You underwent pre-VA discharge examination during which you were given cognitive screening and found to have cognitive impairment. See, the VA tells me. When I tell you I'm cognitively impaired, the VA says so. X-rays of your skull were normal. You were found to have a cognitive impairment because this condition was found during your service in relation to your head injury. We have granted a service connection. And then they go on to describe it. So they go on to describe exactly what a level of severity of 1 has been assigned for the social interaction facet, indicating the examiner has found evidence that social interaction is occasionally inappropriate. See? I can blame my head injury. So, no, but not, this is me, but this is every veteran that has to go through this. So when you get a VA rating, it's not like you just tell the VA things and they go, oh yeah, here, you have to have your medical record gone through thoroughly. Then everything that is identified in your medical record that is possibly appropriate to get service connected, you have to go through separate medical evaluations for each of those. I think I went to 10 or 15 outside medical examinations in my last 6 months that I was in the military to get all these screenings. And then you wait 6 months to a year and then you get a rating. So there is a lot that goes into it. It is not like you just fill out a questionnaire and they say, oh yeah, here. So this is one thing that he is commenting on where he has no idea. It's not like we just go and we say, oh yeah, I had a head injury in this date. No, they screen you. They give you x-rays. You know how many x-rays I had and MRIs and CT scans in the last 6 months? I'm surprised I can't qualify for radiation poisoning too. They should give you an additional 1 for being potty mouthed through civvies. That is true. And I'm just fired up, and I'm not yelling at anybody, and please don't take this anybody personally. I'm just passionate. Um, it's one of those situations where we have to go through hoops to even get a rating. So the comparison, "Oh, you're 100% disabled. Why are you working?" It's not about being unable to work. It's about everything that you went through when you were in, and generally the longer you are in, the more bullshit you've can the more bullshit you have in these because the more shit you've been exposed to. Think about Vietnam veterans and Agent Orange. Uh, they are suffering. And do you think they just deserve to suffer? Because and he let's yeah.
And disabled. Now, in response, you might point out that under our current laws, it's possible to receive $60,000 a year with 100% disability while also working full-time in an extremely demanding job and obviously not being 100% disabled. And that's probably true. I'm not an expert in disability law, but I can say with
Then why are you fucking opening your mouth and commenting on it?
absolute confidence that it should not be true. If you're capable of becoming a U.S. senator and if you're capable of working on a boat for a living, then you are not 100% disabled and you don't.
Tell me you don't know what the fuck you're talking about without telling me. And the person he's talking about is a Democratic senator, not or candidate. I don't even like the person he's talking about. As far as like, I don't like their personality. I don't like their policies, their political ideations. I don't like that person. However, you still call a spade, and this is bullshit.
Need $60,000 from the taxpayer on account of your disability, period. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran, doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. It's just a matter of common sense. It's a matter of like words mean things.
Yeah, words mean things. So why are you talking when you don't know what the words you're talking about actually mean?
100% disabled means you shouldn't be working on a boat every day.
No, he didn't.
But Graham Plattner, of course.
And that's why it's one of those things of like, and that's all I'm going to show of the video, but that's one of the things that it's like, why is someone who never served opening their mouth to 3.34 million subscribers and running their mouth about something they obviously know nothing about? Yeah, bless his heart. I'm gonna pray for his family who has to deal with that ignorance. And I'm not a big fan of the Daily Wire, but like the more and more that goes on, they're starting to show their true colors. Like, you can dislike certain aspects about someone's personality while still liking them as a person. Whatever personality. The thing is he doesn't live on $60,000 a year. Well, that's who? Matt Walsh? That's true too. It's, yeah, I get you have to fight the system to get the care you need. That sucks. I think that should, yeah, and that's a whole nother, and Chucky, we could have a whole different situation completely. This was just like, he's talking about Somali daycares, and then he starts talking about a Democrat Senate candidate from Maine who's 100% disabled, yet working in a fishing industry or whatever industry, I'm not sure. But it's like, I don't have to like that politician, and this is where y'all see my personality. I don't have to like someone in order to stand up for a topic. I don't have to like someone's personality or their politics or whatever to call bullshit where I see it. And the only person I initially was untrue. I had only seen Salty Tattooed Mama on Facebook. If you don't follow her, you should, because whenever she brings something up, she brings receipts. And like, she brings receipts, but she also brings pictures to break it down for you very easily. However, as far as the veteran community on YouTube, I had never seen a female veteran break it down on YouTube. So I figured I would do that. I'm a little sassier than the rest. Yeah, Senator Duckworth lost her legs in the military. Should she not be compensated for the loss? And it's one of those things of, Fat Electrician said it perfectly this is our compensation for not being able to sue the government. Like, I'm 100% disabled due to RA and OA. It's my body that doesn't function properly, but my brain works just fine. When I would go for a job interview and never hear back all because I walked in with a cane. And that's being my OTA background, that pisses me off because there are plenty of things that you can do while sitting down. Desk work. Like, you don't have to, not every job is physical. Yes, do I think a job maybe doing like, physical labor like construction or like a cleaning crew, probably not the job for you. Painful, probably hard for you to accomplish. But sitting down doing secretarial work, data input, coding, computer work, computer science, IT. Hell yeah, a lot of people who can't physically do things, their brains work just fucking fine. It's just the dumbness to me. Like, I just, ugh. You need to get Don Shipley's wife on with you. I might know. Oh, yeah, that would be fucking amazing. Oh my god. Um, I know somebody that knows Don Shipley, so he says. Um, I would love to talk to Don Shipley because she's yeah. But yes, that is the bullshit that I wanted to react to because that got me fired up. That got me really fired up. And I had seen a bunch of men on YouTube react to it. And no offense to those men. I love their channels. Jameson Travels, or yeah. Was a great one. Max VA Disability is a good one if you need to um if you need to be educated on VA disability, even veterans, what you can claim, what you can't, stuff for the new year. He kind of breaks down, like, he'll give you updates on like the next year, what you're eligible to get, stuff like that. However, uh, you know, that was some interesting bullshit. Yes. I'm at a point where my RA is getting in the way of even sitting down at the job considering disability. WFM is what I turned to. Oh, all right. We're gonna get into what everybody here is here for. Part 3 of our Make Fun of Lips series. Because God knows that when someone okay. So when someone accuses another person of a crime, that is called defamation. That is why we don't go around accusing people. That is why when you hear people talking about court cases, you hear people say allegedly. When you accuse people of practicing law without a license strictly because they were reading publicly available documents, you pissed off the petty. And you can see, I just kind of attacked a creator with 3.34 million subscribers. You could see my give a shit meter doesn't really work. It is broken. I don't care who you are. Somebody commented, wait till she makes 25 shorts about you. I don't care. That's more evidence to add to the pile of bullshit that I already have against her. I don't plan on doing anything with it because I'm a reactive person, not a proactive person. I will not make the first move and attack somebody. However, I will just collect shit so that when I am attacked, I can do shit like this. Because now I know, and it's a mindset. I was talking to people yesterday. It's a mindset. Being petty is a mindset. In the sense of you peed? Yeah. Okay, can we go change? Yeah. Okay, do you want to sit down? Okay, I'm gonna go put her on the I'm gonna go put to quote Mo allegedly in Minecraft, but allegedly in Minecraft, I'm gonna go put a toddler on the toddler seat. So I will be right back. All right. Thank you, everybody. Oh, and pro tip. Do not trauma dump in legal filings because you might piss off the wrong person someday who will read all of your trauma dumped legal filings just to piss you off. That is me. We have a lot of content that we're going to get to that we have not gotten to. However, I'm having a lot of fucking fun with this. Having a lot of fun with this. Because like I said, it's a mindset shift. I was talking to someone yesterday and I said, I told them when someone is trying to make you miserable, don't think of it as they're trying to make you miserable. Think of it as you being happy and you showing up every day and doing your job makes them miserable. So who am I not to oblige? And just being me makes someone miserable. I'm just going to keep being me. So when people try to piss me off or like, sorry, I just have to, when people try to like piss me off or like get under my skin or talk shit about me or like post hate videos or whatever, I just laugh because I'm just being me. And being me is enough to piss people off. And I just love it. I just love it. Y'all, you realize we just read my shit that says my social interaction can be inappropriate. The VA told you. The VA told you my interaction is inappropriate. With that being said, you really think that I care about pissing people off who think they are smarter and better? No. Am I going to break the law to do it? No. However, when you think that you are going to intimidate someone, be sure you have the law on your side, because if you don't, that person just might be a bigger bitch and just might be a hell of a lot pettier than you. And that is me. And that is me. That's me. I'm her. I'm the drama. And I'm okay with that. So it's just funny that when people like try to tell me that, oh, somebody's going to do this or somebody's going to do that, I'm like, I don't care. Ask me if I care. Because the chances are it's going to be no, because